Hello, and welcome back at EBIKE24. Today with a new tutorial. We will talk about retrofitting the Bosch Intuvia 100 on the Smart System. In this video you will learn how you can do this yourself in just a few simple steps, and it really takes just a few minutes. In order to do that, you actually only need the Intuvia 100 retrofit kit. It already contains everything you need to mount and install the Intuvia 100. This is, of course, the single arm holder with the display mount. The matching rubber spacer. It is available in 25.4, 31.8 and 35 mm diameters. Depending on the type of handlebar you ride, you will need a different spacer, and the single arm holder is also different. There are different versions available to order. Just take a look at our online shop, it's available there. Then, of course, the Intuvia 100 itself is included. And a small locking screw. To mount the Intuvia, all you need is a 3mm Allen key, which you can then use to attach the holder in the Intuvia. And to connect it to your electric bike, you need the Bosch eBike Flow app on your mobile phone. Of course, this must also be connected to your e-bike, and then it should work in just a few steps. For this video, we have decided to use a KTM Kapoho 7971. Of course, with a Bosch Smart System Performance Line CX motor. However, the conversion also works on all other motors from the Bosch Smart System family. It also works identically because we don't need any cables or other components for the installation. The first step is to place the spacer rubber around the handlebar. This can be on either side, depending on where you want the display. The possible positions will be addressed again later in the video. For now, however, you can mount the display in front of the stem. That's why the spacer rubber is on the left-hand side. Then take the clamp. Just put it around it, on top of the spacer rubber. It also fits in perfectly. And then you can simply tighten it with the 3mm Allen key. At first, only tighten it slightly so that you can still move it a little. You can then choose the angle here, or in other words, how far it should stick out to the front. You have a second option for adjusting it, and that is here on the display mount. This is also movable. This allows you to adjust the angle of the display again. Of course, you can also simply insert the display. That way you can see what it looks like with the current angle. And if that works for you, you can then tighten the screw on the display holder by hand. Bosch specifies 1 Nm. As long as it no longer moves, that's perfectly fine. Check again that everything is secure and tight. If this is the case, the installation is actually already done. And it only took a few minutes with a few simple steps. If you want a different position for your display, there are various ways to do this. All with the same holder. For example, you could also position it over the stem. To do this, we screw the whole thing loose. And we can also screw this display holder screw completely loose. Then we can completely unscrew the mounting screw and remove the display mount. And now we can see that it's not symmetrical on the mounting plate. So we could mount the display a little further over the stem on this side. However, we also have the option of screwing the holder to the other side. If we do this, the procedure is, of course, the same. First, position the spacer rubber. Tighten the holder a little. And then we can attach the display again, depending on our preferences. You can do it like this. Position it again with the mount facing forward. Use the corresponding mounting screw on the display mount. Again, see how it suits you best. Whether you like the angle. And then tighten both screws hand tight. And then the holder would now be mounted over the stem. You can also attach the display mount the other way around. This is because the display can also be screwed on upside down. If you want to fine-tune the position forwards or backwards, simply unscrew the mounting plate and position it as you wish. For now, you can leave it like this. Of course, not upside down, but the right way around. It works quite well on a mountain bike, that way it's positioned neatly over the stem, where no branches or anything else can get in the way. Looks quite cool. And then let's see how you can connect it to the e-bike. In the final step of the conversion of the Intuvia 100, you now have to combine it with your e-bike. To do this, you need the Bosch eBike Flow app. In this case, it is already connected to the e-bike. Switch it on. The e-bike then connects automatically. You can already see here that it is connected and ready to go. Let's go to the settings. Here you can view the e-bike in detail. And you can also see the installed components. The Bosch LED remote, which you can see above, is currently connected. The drive unit and the 750 Wh power tube battery as well. Now you want to pair a new device. An Intuvia 100 in this case. To do this, you need to press the Bluetooth button on the back of the Intuvia 100 for a second. Now you can see that the device is being connected. In fact, it's already successfully connected. It really works extremely fast. Then you can press done and see. The Intuvia 100 display now also lights up green. It is paired. And if you look here, the e-bike data is already displayed. That's how simple it works. If you have a few technical skills, you should be able to do it in 2, 3, 4 or 5 minutes. And you've retrofitted a classy display to your e-bike in no time at all. The last thing left to tell you is what this little screw is for. It's the so-called locking screw. If, for example, you want your display to be firmly attached to the e-bike and it shouldn't be able to be removed easily, you can use this screw. If you want to do this, you will have to take another quick look at the display mount so that it can be moved. In this case, as it is now positioned so well over the stem, you also have to loosen the holder a little. Turn it in a way that you can see it well. You will then have this small hole at the bottom here. The screw can be inserted there. The holder is then firmly attached to the display. Again, fasten hand tight. Rotate the display to the desired position, just as you want it. Now it is fixed, the holder is fixed, the display itself is fixed. It is connected to the e-bike. You can write off. You can also just leave it outside for a while. Nobody will be able to steal it that quickly. That really was a simple matter. It really is an upgrade for those who only have the remote control unit and want more information. The Intuvia 100 is a great solution from Bosch. And with that, the conversion is completed in no time at all. As you can see, it was done really quickly. If you liked the video, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any more tutorials. If you still have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments below. Enjoy the easy conversion of the Intuvia 100 and have fun with your e-bike. See you soon.